Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 at 6. Tonight, an interview with the former Greece police sergeant suing and claiming he was retaliated against after helping to expose a drunk driving crash involving former Greece police chief Drew Forsyth.
Now, in this exclusive sit-down interview, what he says happened to him, plus a response from the town of Greece and its current police chief. Joining the Marines, serving tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and ultimately signing on with the Greece Police Department, all of it, Bryan Root says, can be linked to his family's commitment to public service through a volunteer fire department.
It's just, I took it as an honor.
A career highlighted by a number of promotions came to a screeching halt in late October 2021 when an officer approached Sergeant Root about an incident involving their chief, Drew Forsyth. Root says the officer told him the chief's drunk driving crash was not being handled properly, possibly a cover-up, and that the chief's car was in the impound lot.
I went into the impound lot and took the infamous pictures. This one everyone has seen. No one has seen this one.
Photos of a car demolished. Photos that Root handed to a retired officer, a move the Greece Police Department would later claim broke protocol.
I asked him if he knew anybody that could help steer me in the right direction because I could not go to the supervisor or deputy supervisor.
And what happened after that?
He told me to sit back and let the retirees take care of it.
The photos then appeared in the press. The district attorney got involved and Forsyth resigned. Some other punishments got doled out, but the harshest went to Root, a 30-day suspension, with the new chief, Michael Wood, saying his actions after the crash were not in compliance with the Greece Police Department policies and procedures, specifically their whistleblower policy. Root says he felt betrayed.
Because the retaliation never stopped. I felt immediately betrayed by my town administration.
Root says over the next year and a half, he was passed over for promotion time and again, despite at least one glowing review by his supervisor. Then came an anonymous complaint that claimed Root was spending time at his Greece home while on duty. The department pulled data from his police car and showed it to Root during a meeting.
I'll be the first one to admit when they showed me the data at the end. Yeah, absolutely, maybe a couple of those days could be viewed as a little excessive.
Though Root argued he went home for his lunch break and often did paperwork there, the department determined the practice was egregious enough to warrant another suspension.
I almost laughed because one of the deputy chiefs who was doing the interview lived in an adjacent neighborhood and would go home all the time. In my career, it had never been an issue, so I was shocked that they were treating it like this.
A few months later, Root resigned and started to look for another job at another police department. But he would soon find out that was impossible. The chief accused Root of misconduct to a state agency. The state agency then decertified Root, meaning he could no longer work as a police officer in the state of New York. The emotions, Root says, nothing like anything he had ever experienced.
Everything you can imagine. What bothered me the most is my children riding in the truck with me and seeing me worked up. I need a minute. And 10 and 13 years old saying, "Dad, why don't you just quit? Go do so many other things. You shouldn't have to be like this."
But Root says he doesn't want anything else, which is why he's now suing to get recertified so he can be a cop again. In response to this attempt, Chief Wood told News 8 in a statement, quote, "It is a great honor and privilege to wear the uniform of a police officer in the community. That honor is entrusted only to those men and women who are dedicated to upholding the law and service to our community. Not everyone is up to that high standard." In his own statement, Greecetown Supervisor Bill Rylick applauded Wood and his officers for, quote, distancing themselves from those that were not up to the job of being a GPD officer and decided to turn to the courts. Root responds saying he turned to the courts for himself, but also other officers.
If the police chief and the current town administration can get away with this for what they accused me of doing, they can do it to just about anybody.
So Root's lawsuit is currently moving through the court system. Meanwhile, he's being deposed in another case also linked to the Forsyth crash, with the town filing a motion to compel him to answer the questions and not plead the fifth. We're going to follow that. And soon, we're also going to look into the concerns over the state process that led to Root's decertification.